Hello, hello, hello. Oh my gosh, my face looks so oily. It's okay. I know you guys are going to love me regardless. What's up? Rich Neon Kuru joined. What's up? How you doing? Hey, Lyric. Hey, hey. Tonight, we go live with my guy G Santana, who is a fantastic artist that comes out to the artist block and comes out to the OLP event, the Thinking Out Loud event. And I'm so excited to actually sit down and have a one-on-one with this guy. I can see through his page and then how he comes and shows up to perform that he's very thorough in his artistry. And it seems like he's been grinding for a while now. We're talking about 40,000 streams, a couple of tours that I see that he's had. He's got an album out called Rebirth. And tonight we're going to talk to him about, what's the G? What does the G stand for in G Santana? I've always wondered that. I'm sure you guys have as well. I want to know what inspired him to do music and, how would he classify his sound? So without further ado, let's see. Come on in here, Santana. G Santana. While we're waiting for him to come on in here, you guys know that we do the Thinking Out Loud event every second Friday at the Artist Block. What's up? What's up?
Damn.
Hey, hey. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Of course. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I was just telling everyone about the event every second Friday at the Artist Block. Come check us out. The next one is November 11th. And this time around, we want to give back. So if you guys come in with some canned goods, we'll give a discount at the door. We want to get some cans in there. Last year, we tried to do it and nobody brought any cans. So we really wanted to be able to give back this year. Yeah.
Definitely. Y'all do that, man. Shout out to OLP. Shout out to you, first of all. Thank you for this interview.
Of course.
Your platform is one of the best platforms I've attended. Open mic showcase, show-wise, it doesn't matter what it is. When people are able to come to your event and are able to express themselves in any way, whether it's comedy, art, painting, fire, like the last one, singing, rapping, of course. And it's like it's no judgment and people are able to really express themselves. It's a beautiful thing to see. And I'm just, I'm grateful to be able to be a part of that. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank you for that feedback. We receive it, and we're so thankful for you guys that come in there every second Friday and just turn the F up. Like y'all come in, grind, and you have a mindset. You guys take that feedback and you come back and give us extra. I remember when I knew, like, okay, he is not playing with us. I told you that time when you came in and you did that twirl. I said, oh, he is playing with us. You guys, I mean, you bring the vibe most certainly. So we're going to get into it. We're going to get into the conversation. I'll spend 30 minutes here with you. And the first thing I wanted to talk about is the G and G Santana. Like, tell me about what that name means and how it came about, the origins of your name.
So I'll start with the G because it's kind of like two different. So the G stands for gold, slight type shit, God, and good vibes. So that's what the G stands for. The name, I started going by Santana when I was in high school. That was just something I just kind of stuck around. And when I decided to rap, obviously thought about the G Santana part. But I used to go by Prodigy when I first started. And then there was a battle rap on AT's campus and went by Prodigy. So I was like, nix that. And then obviously you had Prodigy from Mobb Deep. So I was just like, I'm not doing that, And for me, Jewel Santana, when I was growing up in middle school, that was one of my favorite rappers. When it comes to just overall musicians, I really like Carlos Santana as well. So it was a mix of that. And then honestly, I love my Spanish vibes, so it was just a mix of all of that, and I just threw that together. So that's how G Santana came out. And then the dollar sign, honestly, the dollar sign and the dash and everything is also a inspiration of my favorite rappers. So the Tupacs, the Jay-Z's, the KRS Ones, which is obviously one of my biggest inspirations. Even like Absol, all of their names are kind of like that. So I just really looked at my 3 to 5 biggest inspirations or artists, around that time and just, configured that name. So,
Yeah, I like it. I like that. And when I saw Santana thinking about today, I was like, I wonder if he has anything to do with Jewels, because he was one of my favorite artists. Like that whole Dipset,
Dipset.
they had an
Yeah.
and I remember using their songs on back then. It was Bebo and
Factual.
MySpace and all that. I
Heck yeah.
released all their songs, but yeah, dope.
Yeah. I do want to say shout out to everybody in the comments. I had just peeped it. Everybody,
Yeah.
everybody saying what's up.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we hope that you take something away from this conversation that we're having with G Santana. I'm gonna go into the next kind of thing I want to discuss with you. What inspired you to do music?
I've honestly always done music. When I was young, I went to performing arts school, so I've always been into the arts. I was into dancing. I used to sing. But
really?
Facts. Yeah, I used to sing. I was in choruses. I was supposed to go to Weaver Academy for school, but I ended up going to the early college at A&T to play football. But yeah, I was in choruses. I sang at I think my year's graduation and the year before me. But rapping was just always the gift. Honestly, I was just too shy for it. But once I honestly got the guts for it, especially on campus, and I was like, you know what, this writing thing, I was like, this is really for me. I was like, I'm gonna put my foot towards rapping. Rapping was always in me. I would do freestyles with the homies when I was kids. Obviously, everybody did. But just as I grew older, the passion and the love for hip hop itself grew. So I was kind of like a late bloomer when it comes down to rap itself. I didn't start rapping honestly for real until I was like 20. So I've been doing it for a couple years, but like really trying to do it, it hasn't been too long from my perspective. You know what I mean? So.
Gotcha. Weaver Academy. I actually went to Weaver Academy. I auditioned for it when it was they were just opening that school and opening that for performing arts, which I think is great because you have NC State Arts. And that was I think you had to pay to get in that school. I think it was more of a private type of school.
I think so, yeah.
So to have a public school for performing arts, that's awesome. I don't know too many places that have that for artists.
Yeah.
So it's crazy that you said that, kind of in that.
Wow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I've always enjoyed the music, but just rapping itself, it's just, for me, I've always also been a freestyler. I didn't start writing until a couple years ago. So, when you're trying to freestyle off the top, off of anything that you're thinking about, like it could be a little nerve-wracking. So it takes some time for, honestly, as I see me, myself, to just mature a little more and just be like, yo, you got this. And then, honestly, once I did that, a lot of things took off, like, honestly, right afterwards. It was kind of crazy.
You definitely have a gift. How old are you?
27.
27, okay.
Yeah.
Doing it.
Yeah, 27. I'll be 28 in a couple months. You know what I mean? So.
How would you classify your music, like your sound? Because when you come through as, it's more than rap. You have like, I know like a lot of the collaborations that you brought into OLP and kind of perform is definitely giving like a little bit of R&B, it's giving a little pop, So how would you classify? Like if you were to be nominated for a Grammy, what genre would they put G Santana in?
Yo, it's crazy. So I just thought of this off the top of the head. Neo Soul Trap.
Ooh,
Neo Soul Trap hip hop. I know that's long. But it's like, because for me, I love the lo-fi type vibes, and I love, especially with the beat. I'm freestyling. I'm freaking that beat all day long. But then I love my hip hop stuff, and then I love my trap stuff too. So I do, and especially when the last few songs that I've dropped over the last year or so, It's been a lot of neo soul type stuff. I've had some hip hop stuff, but I've definitely had a mix of some trap in there as well. So I say that if that's I think that'll be a new genre in the next couple
I
years, anyways. So,
I love that. I think we need a whole like record label that does that, like bring
yeah,
in the Erykah Badu's and
yeah.
and the hip hop and then the trap. What?
Mhm.
That
We need more of that because it's like, and like, nothing against it, but we hear a lot of samples. And samples is cool, but we hear a lot of like samples, in my opinion, to where it sounds like a remix of a song, to not necessarily to where it's like a flip of a beat, you know. So it's like, you know, being able to get samples from stuff like that and being able to turn into your own and makes, in my opinion, music sounds so organic, you know. And you can still have your beats that are still flip in a way to where it still sounds like a remix and it still sounds good. But
yeah.
to me, it's just, you know, having your own sense of style and flow with it is pretty sweet.
I think that you got that for sure. I think that, and it sounds so effortless when you come through on that microphone. Um, I wanted to get into just because we're one on one today. You know, when
Facts.
you come to the event, I get to say, hey, I get to hug you, but I don't
Yeah.
get to talk to G Santana. That's why I love the interviews with OLP. But who are you outside of music?
Mm. Man, honestly, so I'm a cool dude, yo. I like to smoke a lot of weed. I know that's gonna sound super basic, but I'm super chill, man. I like to do bougie things. I do like to shop. I was doing that all day today. But I'm a video game head. But I just like to experience new things. I'll go to museums. I'll go to art exhibits if I have the time to. I travel often, like weekly. So I'm always on the road with things like that. If I'm not, you know what I'm saying, dealing with music, or if I'm not dealing with anything else, you know, if you need a G Santana show at the Artist Block ASAP. What's good, my boy Rich? Shout out to my boy Rich. I want to give a shout out to this guy right here before I continue. This guy right here bought a CD from a demo tape that I did like 6 years ago that I wasn't able to send to him, but I gave him an album instead. So shout out to my guy. But yeah, outside of that, I'm just real chill. You know, I'm actually, as I grow and mature, I'm looking and trying to learn some new things and ways to express myself. I'm looking into photography. That's something that I really dig, especially with this iPhone.
Oh yeah.
I have it's not called a spam page, but I have like an Instagram page that nobody knows that it's me, but I just upload small pictures. It's real tiny, but like I started it. But I did stuff like that, you know.
Like
But
that.
man, yeah. So and honestly, outside of the music stuff and everything like that, outside of music, I'm into art itself. I kind of put that into a subcategory, but I'm into art itself, you know, and it just, you know, seeing that as another way to express myself, it's pretty dope.
I like that. You know, it's crazy because when I get asked that question, like, who am I outside of Carmen Bliss? A lot of people see that, but the day in the life, like, if people knew, they'd be like, what in the world?
Yeah.
What in the world? And sometimes, like, I went through a point where I was just like, I don't want to be Carmen Bliss right now. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be here for a while. Like, I need a break from that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, you know, it takes that. Like
yeah,
sometimes you just do need to step away. I
yeah,
understand that. It's definitely necessary.
I agree. Definitely. I think it's super important to kind of have your identity outside of that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that helps creativity too. I think it's very necessary to kind of channel creativity so you don't become a caricature of that person or that who you created, you know.
I do that often, to be honest with you. Like, if I'm MIA longer than like 2 to 3 weeks, that's the reason why. Because it takes a lot of effort.
It
It
does.
takes a lot of effort. You know,
You got-
say that again, my fault.
I say you have to recharge.
Yeah, seriously. For me, it's gonna sound crazy. G, you got G Santana, you got Santana, and then my real name is Jalal. Got it tatted on me, right? People who like know me know that those are 3 different motherfuckers. G Santana, the artist, Santana G, that's kind of the one that's a little more straightforward with you, ain't really rocking with you. And then Jalal is those who really know me, know Jalal could be a little more reserved, can kind of be out there, but it's more, truthfully, more loving, more want to help you out. Yo, what's up? What's going on with you? Let's talk. I'm gonna come over. We gonna kick it for a second. Yo, I ain't seen you. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of more of me, but it allows me to separate business, music, and personal life in the best way possible. In the best way possible. And like I said, those who know me know that like I switch those up ASAP. Like, like it ain't nothing, you know. But you have to have that. And like I said, I'll take time away from social media. I'll take time away from music itself. I won't write for a little while. And sometimes you have to experience certain things. You can write so much and it's like, damn, I kind of exhausted myself. But sometimes you got to experience different things and put yourself in precarious situations in order to be like, okay, I'm back and I'm better. And now let's rock this out. Let's rock this out. So yeah, I'm there with you.
I wanted to talk about this. I have it written here in my notes. 40,000 streams. Am I reading that right?
Yeah.
40,000.
Yeah. We at least at least there. I'm pretty sure we're over that now. But we'll check at the end of the year.
Good grief. And then 2 European tours. Am I reading that right?
Correct. Yeah.
And you did an NC tour and you have an album out. It's called The Rebirth. So, okay, let's break down the 40,000 streams. Over a course of how long did these 40,000 streams come about?
Like 3 to 4 years, 3.5 years. Because I didn't start putting my stuff on platforms until a couple years ago. Yeah, I was mostly like SoundCloud, YouTube type guy. Not even YouTube. SoundCloud freestyles, just straight freestyling, like in the street, posting a video on Facebook and dropping it. But yeah, so a good amount of it comes from this song called "Dancing on the Moon." That was like I think the second or third single I dropped, and it's just interesting that
go check out "On the Moon," everyone. If
check that out. Check that out. It's so interesting because I feel like that song should have, honestly, a little more. Not even on a cocky sense, and this is what I mean by that. I intended the target audience was for mostly like more of the hip hop heads type stuff, and that's what it was. You know, that's what it was. You know, it was given to. That's what a lot of people dig. So with that hitting that mark, it was amazing. The reason why I didn't go high is because they didn't drop a video with it. You know what I mean? So that's why I say that. So not in no negative way, not in no complaining way. You know, it's just more of like pure observation. But that's where a lot of the streams come from. And then the rest of them, I'm honestly not 100% sure. But yeah, I think about 42,000 streams or so. You know, and it goes up more and more each year. Just especially with me, I'm always out. I'm always networking. I'm always putting people on. And the thing about a vibe, if people like the vibe, they feel like they'll like the music. And if they like the music, they definitely want to connect. So I've been getting a little more of that lately, especially coming to OLP. Just all the shows I've been doing, honestly, since like the whole COVID thing ended and I've been able to really be outside with anything. So.
I see that. And, you know, I can see that you have a real passion and a real love of doing it because you are at the events. I mean, you are outside. Like,
yeah. Look, I try to be. I'm so busy. But your event is the one event I really make it my best to like come out to for sure.
Oh wow, that means so much because I mean you don't miss a Thinking Out Loud, and even if you got to be late, you're like, I'm gonna be there. Just let me go ahead and get my cut line together, and I'll be there. You know?
I gotta perform. I'm ready for it because, like I said, it's like. It's the comfort of the crowd, you know. I'm to be honest, I do this thing on purpose. I go to events solo because my thing is if I could go to an event solo and I bring nobody with me and I can have a few people sing the song, rock with me, I got it.
You got it.
So what I do on my book shows is I bring people out as much as I can to those, like for example, holler at you about that. You know what I'm saying? But it allows me to do that. Or even like if it's more of a bigger event like OLP, it's like, all right, y'all come out, you know, check this out, got this going on, you know. So yeah, that's just really the whole case with that. Appreciate that, bro. The Rebirth is fire. Much love, my dog.
Shout out to y'all in the comments, giving us some good energy in the comments. appreciate y'all being and tuning in. So, okay, we unpacked the 40K streams, unpacking the 2 European tours. Like, what in the world? Like,
Yeah.
so you got on a flight, like a 16-hour flight, and you
Yeah.
went to Europe, and you
Yeah,
did a
for sure. Yeah.
what?
So I was a part. My fault. I'm sorry. My fault. It's a little late on my end. My fault. Go ahead.
You're good. How did that come about? The European tour.
So I was blessed to meet KRS-One. That's I met him a few years ago,
Oh,
and
nice.
yeah, facts. And he really liked the style. He liked my homie style too, who was my beatboxer. So he rocked with us. You know, we had to prove ourselves a couple times out here in the States. A lot of people don't know that, but we did that at a couple shows and freestyle events. And then I went out there, brought my homie with me, you know, and we were out there for a while. I came back here, did some promo, dropped a demo tape, and then I went back out there again with them for the second part of the tour. So that was a second European tour. That was fire. We went through Spain, France, Germany. I lived in Liverpool, United Kingdom for a while. So we were all through the United Kingdom, all through England, um, Ireland. Yeah, we hit a few dope countries. It was really nice. It was really
Uh,
nice, and I learned a lot about maturity as an artist and stage presence, how to conduct yourself. Netherlands was fire. But yeah, it was really nice. You know, I learned more about the business. Like I said, how to conduct yourself. Because when I went out there, I'm fresh, talking my fresh shit. I'm just on go. You know, but after a while, I settled down and really saw how your words can impact the crowd. Like I had people crowding me, and having people explain like, oh, how much this meant, and trying my best to not let it go to my head. Coming back here and experiencing that more of on a community level, especially if I'm talking about something that's going on. I also lived in Georgia, so when I was in Georgia, I was talking about a lot of the stuff that was going on, and I would get a lot of that love. So a lot of those experiences I took from out there and came back here and not tried my best, did my best to push that out, and even I still do that with a lot of the shows that I'm a part of. So
Awesome. That's
yeah.
insane. I've been to Europe once and I went for singing as well, but I didn't get to sing like my genre music. I went for a Mozart.
Oh,
It was a Mozart festival type thing, and a bunch of choirs got together, and I went out with Weaver Academy, and we all sang. It was beautiful. It sounded great, but
mm.
I'm more of an R&B style, like
Yeah.
But
Where in Europe did you go?
we went to Vienna, Austria.
Wow. I never been to Australia. That's fire.
It was such a different experience. It was a lot of walking. We got to tour some castles and all that jazz. But I definitely recommend anyone in music to get your passport and kind of do some exploring if you can.
For sure.
Um, all right. So we talked about the European tour. I got like 5 more minutes with you.
Okay.
So let me see what I want to talk to you about. All right. So, what are some of the future projects you'll have going on?
So I do have the EP I'm working on.
Okay.
Release date to be announced. I do have some music videos, some vlogs. I have a lot of multimedia projects that I'm working on right now. But in regards to just actual audio, EP for sure, and some singles, like I said, to be announced. I've had so much in the cut for a while, but me, I'm a perfectionist, and I want to make sure I have a plan. And especially now, I'm really looking to elevate and separate.
Yeah.
And you feel me? Like
Yeah.
so. I'm on some different stuff right now, and it's taking some precise decisions. But I'm
Mhm.
I'm, I'm in a I'm in a mood right now. I'm in a grind right now. So like I said, audio wise, EP. I have a lot of multimedia stuff I'm looking at collabing in a lot of different ways, and a lot of money ways, and a lot of audio ways. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
For
the
sure.
vibe for right now.
That's what's up. Multimedia. That's something I'm glad you said, because when you're in this and you're an artist, it's very important to kind of know how to do different things. It's very important for you to know how to edit your own stuff, edit your own videos, and if you want to take photos, like you're trying to get into photography, it's definitely valuable to have those skills readily available, because otherwise you'll have to outsource it, and you don't, as an artist, like, you're already starving. You know what I mean? So if you know how to do these things for yourself, that puts you on a different tier, as far as how your production looks, how it comes across, how professional it looks, and you won't have to come out a huge amount of money out of your pockets to do it, because you can do it yourself. So I'm glad you brought that up. And you can start small. Nobody knows how to do it right off the bat, but do little projects for yourself. YouTube some stuff, and like set some time aside to kind of like practice doing that.
It's definitely worth it. It
Yeah.
definitely is worth it. I've in my time, I've done most of my cover arts. Unless it's like something that I'm really trying to do a big project on, then I hire somebody. But when it comes down to it, especially like, I feel like our generation, we are the generation of technology. So why not take the extra time to learn yourself? We got so much. If you got any type of smartphone, you can do it, and that's my thing. I got an iPhone for that reason. I was like, I feel like this is the best way to conduct some type of multimedia. So
Facts. So your screaming out loud performance and your outfit.
I was trying not to say nothing. I was so hot. Yeah.
So it was a lot going on that night. Can you remind me of what song you performed and how it felt to be out there on that night? There was so much going down. So I kind of want your summary, like how it all went down, the performance and all.
So it was fire. I feel like, honestly, that was one of the best engagements I had in overall, like at least top 3. But I did MOTD, Money on the Daily.
Okay.
But the plan was to come in with a mask and not say nothing to nobody. Just write my name down.
Like, who is that?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say nothing because I knew the mask looked crazy, so I was just gonna slide in and just just vibe and then just wait. I was gonna write just a crazy name, go on there. I was gonna tell Q to sound the song that I was gonna do, and I was gonna be all right. It's Santana, if anything. But I went ahead and I had to take the mask off. I was hot, yo. Like it was hot as I don't know what. I was sweating right before I went on, and I knew it. I was like, I feel like I'm about to go on. Should I take this off? Should I not? I kind of want to drink. I kind of want to smoke. I don't really know. It was a little conflicted
that night. For those of you who don't know what Screaming Out Loud is, Out Loud Production, we do one every year, and it's off the freaking chain. Like, we try to bring spooky to our expression type event that we have where the artists come out. And if you're wondering what mask he's talking about, we have a picture of it. We have a picture of it on one of the slides on our page, so go check that out. But I remember being so lit, and then when you hit the stage, I remember dancing. Like,
I be feeling the dance moves. Look, I be in here practicing. I be sitting right there in front of those chairs, and I be in here practicing. I'm like, I feel. Let me try this for like 2 seconds.
I love it. I love it. I love it when y'all bring the moves. You bring the moves, and then DC Big Clay, he brings the moves too, and I'm just in awe because I be wishing I could do it. But y'all got that.
You can do it. It's nothing but a groove. If you watch my feet, all I do is a 1-2 step, but it just depends. It might be a 1-2, and then you know what I'm saying? Throw a little. It's just like these days you got to throw the hip thrust in it. It's like it's like slight.
I love it. Well, that is our time. This has been a fun, conversation. It's been a dope conversation. I got so much joy talking to you today, one-on-one, about your journey, and just, I'm so proud of you. I can speak for the whole OLP team. We are so proud of you, G Santana. Keep doing it. Keep going for it. You have it. You have the talent, and then you're also building your skills in all these other places. So keep soaring. my guy. And thank you all for coming out and tuning into this one-on-one interview with G Santana. Don't forget about the open mic we have November 11th. You guys come out, come perform, sign up in the DM us if you would like early slots. Bring your canned foods, bring whatever you got in that cabinet, bring it out there so we'll have something to give to the people in need over the holidays. Other than that, if you guys have any questions, let me back up. You guys have any questions before we get out of here?
If y'all got any questions, holla at your boy. I'm gonna take me a little.
You got you something to sip on.
A little smoky smoke.
A little smoky smoke. Smoke break.
A little smoky smoke.
Any questions, guys? While they're typing, do you want to tell them what's the next event that you have coming up?
All right, so next event, November 5th. Shout out My Dukes. I'll be performing and opening for BC Big Play.
Shout out to My Dukes. I see that flyer everywhere, and I know y'all gonna represent.
So shout out to her for the opportunity. Other than that, right now, like I said, nothing officially booked. It's kind of the way I do things is a little weird, but they're more sporadic. It's like if I hit Week Up, I pop up to. But like I said, I got some things in store. At this point, the way I'm looking to do more of my consistent book shows and getting a lot of people out is having a set venue. Either it's just me performing or I have me into other artists, you know, and it's just people of the same type, if you get what I'm saying, of the same vibe there to enjoy it so that way nobody feels weird. If that person dances to it, whether it's my song or this other person's song, they don't feel judged by it. Sometimes people get those type of feels, so that's what I'm looking to do. Have you ever been into acting? Yeah. So I've been into acting when I was a kid. I actually acted out here in Greensboro, and I was in a newspaper and everything.
Oh, nice.
Facts. It was fire. It was fire. I was in a couple plays. And I've thought about getting back into it. You know, that's definitely a thought.
It's really fun. I have a question for you, Kate TZ. KDZ 19. Are you acting? Are you an actor? Let us know in the comments, because I wanting to get back into it myself, because I've done a couple of things like as far as that path. And it's so much fun, but it's kind of hard to figure out what's going on sometimes. Like I'll whenever I'm looking into it, it's like, oh man, audition's already passed. Like I can't make it. But
I had some opportunities in Georgia, but it was like, I don't know. It's something I hadn't at the time seen myself fully doing. But it's like at this point, it's just, I don't know. I like doing dope stuff like that. So I would, you know what I'm saying? I would get into that. Have you ever?
I think that was the only question. Well, thank you for placing that Q&A down there. What's up, Greensboro music scene? Thanks for joining us. We actually just closed out, but let's see. Honorable mention. You are also a child model for A+. Uh-oh.
Smart Greeks, you know what I'm saying?
What's up, T-Money? But you guys, this is a wrap. Thank y'all for joining us. Like, we really appreciate you like supporting the live interviews that we do on the OLP page. We do it like every other week. And it's just a way that we can literally sit down and have one-on-ones with some of the local artists in the community that are just grinding out here. We try to get some people on here that really have some insight and have a lot of things in place on their journey, so that we can actually have a conversation and get some takeaways from these conversations. So keep supporting it, and tap when you see us go live, tap on that thing so you can tune in. But other than that, I will see you later. Thanks again, G Santana.
Of course.
We're proud of you. Take care. This will be like on our page after here.
I'll share that for sure.
Bye, guys.
Peace, y'all. Much love. Stay blessed.